Jeff with Performance here with Adam Wood, one of our employees. This here's Adam's 05 Cummins behind us. We built one of our, stage 4, stage 5, comp build 48, full manual valve body.
Stage whatever won't break.
Yeah, hopefully. Full party mode. And we thought, hey, this would be a perfect candidate to do a video on our Doweled flex plates, give a little insight so people actually understand how we're doing it and how it works. Go ahead and do a full install on the Doweled flex plate along with our new extra long Cummins flex plate bolts. So when you get your flex plate from us, you get instructions, and we're basically going to run through these instructions in this video and explain everything, but please follow the instructions in order. Okay, so here we have a flex plate that we've machine for dowels. This is a Suncoast. We sell the Suncoast machine for dowels on our website, or you can send in any brand, new or used, and as long as it's in decent shape, we'll do it for you. So you can see the two holes right here and right here that we have reamed in the flex plate. So we ream these holes a half a thousandths larger than the dowel. So the dowel is a couple thousandths press fit in the crank, and then we give a half a thou of slip fit on each of the dowels. So very nice, precise fit. We include the two dowels, two different sizes. So when you get your flex plate shipped to you, there'll be a baggie that'll have both the dowels. It's your responsibility, obviously, to install the dowels in your crankshaft. And then we also, on this truck here, we're using our LDP extra long flex plate bolt kit. It's going to consist of a bolt, washer, 8 of them. Goes like so. And we'll get into the benefits of them more a little bit later. Okay, so one thing that we wanted to cover was anytime you're working on a flex plate, it doesn't matter if you're doing our Doweled flex plate, if you're working on a Cummins or a Honda, you always want to make sure that your mounting surfaces are clean and free of any debris. In this case, rust. Adam's truck sat outside for a while. He converted this from a manual to an auto, so perfect for the video. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up really fast, and then we'll jump into it. So as I mentioned earlier when we were showing the flex plate, there is 2 dowel holes in the rear flange on the factory Cummins crankshafts. 90% of the cranks from 89 through 18 have these 2 dowel holes. They're 2 different sizes. The purpose of those dowel holes, again, is for industrial applications where they are driving something, a pump, a genset, something of that nature, and they will dowel the flywheel because it will come loose if they do not. We have seen occasions where there's only 1 dowel hole. Sometimes it's one of these. Some late model 6.7s, we've seen a 12mm dowel that is offset just a slight bit, so it won't work. And very rare, some 5.9s don't have any dowel holes from the factory. So in our instructions, we tell you first thing, verify that you do have the dowels, and then we also tell you to test fit the flex plate before you go driving the dowels in to make sure the holes line up. So that's what we're doing, that's the first step. Okay, so step 1 in our instructions we tell you is to temporarily install the flex plate on the crankshaft, rotate it to where the holes, the dowels line up, and verify fitment. So you want to do this before you install the dowels. So we see the big holes down here, big hole, stick it on there, and you can see they both line up. So the whole purpose of this is just to verify fitment, like I had said about having that goofy 12mm dowel. So we've test fitted the flex plate to verify fitment. Now we have our dowels. So these dowels have one end is beveled, that's to help with installation. The other end is rounded off, that's to help get your slip fit part on. So the end with the bevel is what we're installing. So we're telling you in the instructions to take each dowel one at a time, hold it up to the hole, and just dry test fit it. All you're doing is making sure, again, you're verifying that everything is correct. It's gonna feel like it starts and wants to go and stop, or it's gonna fall right in. In other words, there'll be a huge difference. So yeah, this here is correct, and then this is my small one. Go up here, same deal, we're good to go. Okay, so in our instructions, we tell you we recommend installing the dowels with Loctite. You want to use a press fit Loctite 609. There's a few others that you could use, but this is what we recommend. So Loctite 609, this is made for press fit parts. So anything equivalent for a press fit. So I'm going to do the bigger one first. Again, we're using that beveled end. We also tell you that you can put the dowels in the freezer or dry ice to shrink them. It does help a lot. but I wanted to go ahead and do this without doing that to show you for the video. So I've got my Loctite all the way around to ensure these aren't going to rattle is the main thing. We don't want these coming out. Use pliers to help hold it in position, a brass maul so we don't damage the dowels. Get it nice and straight and drive it until it bottoms out. There we go, a couple more. Yep. There we go. So same procedure for the other one. Now on the smaller hole, a lot of times they're not as tight of a press fit, so that Loctite is very important. If you're not comfortable with it, you can run on the one dowel, but we assure you it is the correct size. It's just more of a slip fit than a press fit like with the bigger dowel. Okay, so we've got our dowels installed in the crankshaft. Make sure the back of the flex plate is free of debris if you want to set it down and maybe pick something up, so make sure everything's good. Big dowel hole down at the bottom. Start it on there. Here's our small dowel, and that's exactly how it should fit right there. Does not want to go on. That's a good thing. That's because it's such a precise fit. Again, a 1/2 thousandths slip fit. So we use a plastic hammer, and we're going to tap this thing on. Okay, so large plastic hammer so we don't damage the flex plate. And right next to the dowels. Okay, so we've got our flex plate fully seated now. Again, big plastic hammer alternating back and forth. And you can look in and you can see, if you look through the mounting holes, you can tell it's flush and it's installed all the way. And you can see that the dowels are both, protruding. So we are good to go. Time to bolt her down. So with this truck, we are using our LDP extra long Cummins flex plate bolt kit. So this consists of a bolt and a washer, chamfered side of the washer towards the head of the bolt. Benefits of our bolt kits: you get 45% more thread engagement. So with the standard ARP bolt kits, only get a 1/2 inch of thread engagement in the crank, 723 thousandths. Plus with the washer, you're getting 60% more contact area on the face of the flex plate, which is another common problem with the bolts digging in. Whether you're using our kit or standard one or stock bolts, make sure you put either ARP lube, or as I'm doing here, we're using extreme pressure number 3 lube. This here is some good stuff. We use it in the engine room a lot on rod bolts, so I prefer that. Under the head of the bolt, if you're using a standard kit, you don't have a washer. With our kit, you're going to put the washer on. No lube on the washer on our kit, it's very important. And blue Loctite, and this is with our kit or the standard ARPs, Loctite number 242. Pretty generously on the threads of the bolt. That is actually going to act as a lubricant when you're torquing, and of course it's there to the Loctite to prevent them from coming loose. Shouldn't be a problem with the dowels, but still, that's our procedure. And our kits do come with ARP lube, so if you order our kit, you will get ARP lube for the underhead of the bolts. Okay, so we ran our bolts in with an impact lightly. Now 3 equal steps to 125 foot-pounds, and this is with our bolt kit. Alright, so 3 equal steps to 125, crisscross pattern, and we're good. So that completes the install. Doweled flex plate, not going anywhere. So best way to keep your flex plate secured.